I've got Tando back in commentary box. Good morning, Tando.
Morning, Calvin. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Good.
Awesome. Tando, what are you expecting from this game?
KZN is very traditional. Sorry, there's drunk guys in the crowd, yeah? Their heads are like green shirts. Why did you tell me, Roops? Alright, and we're back in play. As it stands, we have KZN winning 1-0 against Eastern's under 17 girls. Very, very good matchup. Two strong sides. You should have KZN with their traditional mid plays, possibly long balls, and Easterns with specializing in overlaps and 3s on 2s. So we'll see how they go. It's currently stuck in the mid, ball in the mid, dump there, Rapper coming around. Attacking the space. Oof, good cover. Support, asking for support. She's asking for support. Draw and pass. Oh, good shut down there. Okay, ball still in the middles. Currently they seem undecided. Dump in. Oh, it's very important to initiate the touch. That's why you touch the player, not them. Know a guy named Ernest. He initiates very well, but can be lazy on the split. Oh, good dummy there. Touches, mate. With a solid split, that's when you put yourself in a scoring position. So we have the goals. We just need to split a little bit harder. Alright, so ball down there. KZN have it. Should get the ball to the sub box. To pass. Okay, no. Up as planned, as thought so. Touching. Alright, Easterns is shooting well.
Tando, I believe both these teams have been undefeated thus far in the tournament.
That's usually when you have a great matchup, when two teams have both won their games. It's a necessary step where one needs to be sacrificed, and we'll see from there. It's all about who wants it more. When you're on a winning streak and you play another team on a winning streak, it just boils down to desire. If you don't have desire, you are not going to win. It's still tight. We've been playing for a while. We have a situation where if the winner comes out, they will probably top the log, and it's important because when it comes to day 3 semi-finals, you'd like to play a easier game, if I can call it that, but there's no easy game in a final or a semi. Right, so we have KZN as up there. They've positioned themselves in the mid as usual. All right, the plan is for them to do dump split. They're calling. All right. Ball's down, dump happens. Off the deck.
Very good
Touch,
defense,
man. Great touch. Calls are being made. Oh! And a breakaway try. Snuck in by player number 8, who is Talon Tagria. Sure, these surnames get fancier and fancier every day. Right, let's see if Eastern...
What went wrong there, Tando? What do you think happened there with Eastern's defense?
It just didn't shift well. When you go short side especially, you just got to call your side and attack that space or block that space. From there, the long side will come in with the shutdown defense.
And obviously the communication was key there.
Very important.
Both the mids came up, no communication, and then you leave yourself open for...
100%. Now, generally, when you make a touch, there should only be one. Oh, you have a dive in there.
That's a good try.
Lovely good try. From... Yeah, number. Let's just get a number, yeah. Alright, we have a try from Chichi. Chichi Mwambati, number 13. Alright, so we still have a very tight game. It's no one's running away with it. It's currently 2-1 to KZN. 2-1 to KZN.
I have a feeling this game's going to open up in the second half. First half is always a bit of a...
I must agree with you, Ernie. They are feeling each other. They want to see who's got what. And once the coaches come in with their assessments, that's when we'll see the game open up. I have to agree with you. Oh, great touch. Oh! Alright, still in position. Just need to lock out. Communicate, as you can see. Might be trouble. Both mids are up again. There might be trouble. Down. Oh, good.
Very typical KZN type attack there.
Standardized play, dump splits in the middles. We know that they're coming with that. But the reality is in touch rugby, the tries are on the wing. Alright, in the mid, you suck in the team. From there, you want your wings to be scoring tries. But if it works for them, it works for them. Alright, so we have Eastern's driving here. Oh!
Get it? Good hand.
Good catch, great catch, great catch. Oof.
Bit of a too lateral there. I think they need to be more direct.
I agree with you. Sometimes even if you don't score, you settle until you open up a gap. Alright, let's see if they will be more direct now.
Got 6 more. It's a penalty for offside. I think that was.
That's correct. Yeah, around the ruck.
So that's what's that called? Tom, just explain that to us.
So basically, you're not allowed to interfere. Long ball there and ball down. All right, unlucky. Basically, around the ruck is when you're not allowed to, as a defender, interfere with the dummy half. If you're in their space, the ref will penalise you. All right, in case
an obstruction of sorts.
Yes. Directly in the ruck, yeah. Okay, good shooters. Let's see if they can lock them out.
Natal doing really well with the direct driving.
Yes, they are being very direct, yeah. Alright, so we have a call there, forward pass. Let's see. Tap ball, yep. Right, there we go. Oof, no, very lateral, I must agree with you.
Yeah, they're moving across the field. I would think too much. If they were a bit more, and I've watched a few of the other games of the Eastern's team, when they play direct, they play really well. So yeah, but still early days in this game. I suppose their coach will sort them out at halftime, and they'll get back to what they do well.
The fundamentals of touch is momentum, and if you're struggling to get momentum, you're not going to go forward. You're not going to be able to attack the team.
100%.
So with the lateral running, it does not benefit them.
Okay, we got our main commentator, Mr. Jensen, yeah,
who will return in about 5 minutes. Myself and Ernest will still be with you, listening to our sweet, silky voices over here. We'll be with you for the next 5 minutes.
Stop it.
I'm making you blush here, mate. KZN on the scoop. Touch is made though, dummy half.
Let's see if Easterns can bring their direct driving back. They've had a few opportunities to get it sorted. Very slow.
Yeah. Lateral again.
Pass, bringing the subs on.
Yeah. Good rap.
It's not the pace that I'm used to. Maybe they're number 2.
They're injecting pace. Yes.
Number 7. Good pick up there. Good pass back in.
Have a dump in there. Great dump in there. Will they work the hands?
Very good.
Unlucky. Ball down. It just seems to be that final pass. Pass.
Letting them down. It's another fundamental of this game is you need to be able to catch the ball.
Oh, cannot agree more.
Drop the ball. Turn over.
Immediately. Rather you can touch it in a compromise or catch it in a compromised position and they touch you, then actually let the ball go down.
And handling doesn't only come with passing and catching, it also dumping the ball is also a skill. Will you take us through that, Tando?
Alright, so when you dump the ball, you need a good body position, nice and low, head up so you can still see the play. But, much better driving there. But you need to look after the ball. It's as much as people think it's touch rugby, it's still a very physical game. They often do try to push people off the ball, and you need to be strong in the ruck.
And one miss, there's a bit of a misquote in touch also where it's called a roll ball.
Correct.
It's not a roll ball. It's in touch. It's better to dump the ball, have a solid dump. The ball lies down flat. As long as your body goes over the ball, I think the rule is that your pelvis should move parallel over the ball.
Yes.
That's the rule. But it's not necessarily a roll ball.
Yes. If the ball's rolling, it's actually tougher to control. So you need to put the dump in, drive that ball into the as is illustrated there. Alright, dummy off scoop there, ball down. All right.
Not from league. Eh? Guys? Not from league. When you get tackled when you're all...
Yes. So it is an adaptation from league, but touch, the dynamic is very different.
What the hell, man?
All right, and we have Calvin Jensen back here.
As you can hear.
He'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
He'll be taking over for the next 5 minutes, second half. I've enjoyed my time with you guys. Ernest?
We got a good game on display.
And we have a break here from Leah. And she's going all the way. Dotted it brilliantly.
That's a great try.
Great try, breakaway.
Some would say it's a coincidence.
And we have 2-2. Let's just update them with the score, Mr. Jensen.
Yes.
We have 2-2, Easterns 2, KZN 2. All right, we still have a close game.
I think it's Leah Barbosa that scored there.
That is
We just
correct.
heard now that she's the leading try scorer for the tournament so far.
Top try scorer. As you can see, she's got legs to burn, running away from the ladies. All right, touch. Oh, and that's over the mark. So you need to make sure that you put the ball down where you are. And we have Easterns running away, yeah? All right. Over the mark.
I think that try was a clear result of direct driving, as we were talking about the whole time.
I cannot agree more. When you drive, you make holes. If you don't drive, there are no holes. You need to make holes.
How much time is it?
All right.
About
Still
18 minutes
yes.
into the game.
Yes. We're almost done there. Defense has done well.
Always a tough time of the day to play, especially here in South Africa. It's quite warm this time of the day.
That's very true.
Sun comes out.
I don't know, Ernest, with your experiences playing across the country, where would you say some of the toughest places you've played?
I think each play. We basically have tournaments in Joburg. We have tournaments in Durban. And we have tournaments in Cape Town, and each brings their own type
Conditions,
of condition. You know,
yes,
in
yes.
Cape Town you can play one day. The wind is so bad. You can't get the ball to the wing.
We have a rapper, we have a rapper. Oh, sorry about that, Ernest. Rapper, we have Christiana scoring a try there. Number 2, Christiana Mogela. All right, and the current score is 3 to Easterns, 2 to KZN. Still a very tight game.
Yeah, so what I was saying is
Yes.
each province brings a different dynamic, a different condition. So Cape Town, the wind.
Yes.
Durban, I don't think I've ever played a Durban tournament where it hasn't rained.
Ironically, eh? Yeah.
Joburg, very hot, very dry.
Yeah.
Our senior tournament, I never played juniors because I started playing touch after those days. But the senior tournament is in March normally, so
Yes.
the grass isn't as dry as you can see it is now. We'll have some nice green grass.
Yes.
The junior tournament falls just after
winter.
So
Alright, let's see. It seems Easterns has started to be direct. There we go.
they definitely changed something. I think the coach maybe gave them a few harsh words there in the box.
Yes, that's correct. And is it ever too late to start playing touch?
Never.
Never too late.
I think if you
almost a breakaway there.
for someone that loves playing rugby and your days of rugby are over, this is the sport. It's the same thing.
Absolutely.
It really is just a bit of a less physical game, but it's good fun. You know, it's very similar to rugby, where you have your rucks and you set up plays. So
Yes.
there's phases to go.
Yes.
Instead of, a lot of people think a touch is one touch and you run and you tap the ball in the air. I mean, the rule book is quite thick on this.
Yes,
It's
I
not
agree
just-
with you.
it's not
There's
just
millions of rules. Yeah. All right, so we have KZN setting up a dump split as usual. Scoop has gone through. Dummy off touch there. All right. Scoop can be very effective, but a lot of the time it's actually better just to get off the day. We have half time there. I'll see you guys later on in the day. Thank you very much. You've been with Silky Smooth, Tando Matendra, and Ernest the Ninja Reddford. Enjoy your day, guys.
How's it, guys? Just here in the halftime break, I'm sitting here with Divan. He acts as the technical advisor for the under 17 Easterns team that's playing at the moment. Divan, what do you think they've been doing well? What do you think? The score is 3-1 at the moment.
3-2.
3-2. So what do you think is going to happen here?
I think first off they really started a bit slow. They got a 2-0 deficit there, but they've been working quite hard to come back into the game, just exploiting space, and on defense they've been working close to one another to shut the dive in or to close the dive in. So that's quite well. On the turnover they also really go out of their half-word hard driving. So yeah, let's see second half if they can keep it up and build on the first half.
Yeah, I think if you could give them any advice from a technical aspect, what do you think going into the second half to seal the game off, to take it?
I'd say they must just play for one another. That's what they did the second half of the first half. So just keep doing that, and obviously stick to what worked the first half. Not try anything else. Just dumping into space, running into space, and then exploit the weak link on the defensive side.
Very good. Thank you, Divan. Appreciate it. We'll have a chat with you a bit later after the game. Okay, post-match interview. Okay. Cheers. Welcome back. We're just about to get the second half underway here. We've still got Divan here. He's going to be joined by Calvin, Mr. Commentator. Just going to see if I can get his attention to come sit down with Divan. So Divan, KZN working the ball in the midst there. Yes. Typical play from KZN?
Yeah, second half just started. Number 11 is on form so far. She has the ball indecisive there, but a good touch from Chuchu, the Easterns player.
Very typical KZN type rugby. Try work the mids in, try pull the mids in and then go long, or dive it in at the feet.
It's 6 up. Easterns has the ball. Let's see if they can get out of the half without any stupid mistakes.
One thing that the previous commentator Tando was saying, that the Easterns driving in the first bit of the first half wasn't direct enough. So do you agree with that, Divan?
Most definitely, but it looks like they went back to the drawing board and they sorted it out.
Yeah, I think the coach gave them a few pointers in the huddle there. Very static play there by the Easterns ladies.
Unfortunately, that's a penalty for throwing the ball away. KZN is moving closer to the line. Let's see what they have up their sleeve here.
Quite a few of the girls in both these teams went to the Junior World Cup, Divan, am I correct?
Yeah, they were there, and I think they learned a lot, and it's nice to see them giving back to the game, playing for the provincial sides and just sharing that experience.
So KZN trying to set up the mids, trying to pull the mids in.
That's a forward pass. That ball for Easterns. Let's see what they...
Good driving by number 4 from Easterns. Very nice scoop. Oh, you're getting touched as dummy half. So the person that picks the ball up, you can't get touched and you can't score a try. That's basically it. It's offload off the deck most of the time.
Hello, I'm back. Second half is underway here. The score is, hello Gibbon.
Hello, Calvin. Scores 3-2.
3-2 to Easterns. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You gave me a look like I was saying something wrong there, Gibbon. Quite a competitive game this definitely. What do you make of it so far?
Yes, most definitely. Both teams struggle to break that defensive line. I don't know if the attack is weak or the defense are really just good.
Seems like two pretty even teams coming together. KZN looking to work the line. The ball is down. What is the referee's call there? Are we on? Okay.
There's around 15 minutes of the game left.
15 minutes left. We had a bit of a break for injury there. But the player seems okay. Devon, what do you make of that?
So walk off at least. So hopefully it's not too serious. But yeah, she's a tough player. So hopefully we'll see her back in a few minutes.
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know Devon is the vice chairman at Eastern's Touch Association. Devon, how long have you been involved in the sport of touch rugby?
I started about in 2013, represented my first junior tour, and then yeah, didn't look back ever since.
What do you think of the sport, just in general, just a few words? What do you think of the sport of touch since you started playing 5 years ago? KZN looks like they've got a try there. They're celebrating.
Just waiting for the ref to confirm.
Just waiting for the ref to confirm. The ref has confirmed it, and KZN have scored a try, and that takes the score to 3-3.
With 14 minutes to play.
14 minutes to play, 3-3, hanging in the balance here. Quite an exciting game. Under 17 girls. Very even game. Let's see how Easterns can respond here. Back to you, Devon. Just a few words on the sport. You've been playing it for 5 years. What do you think about touch?
I think touch in general is one sport that brings players together. You really need team effort and unity to make things work, and you need experience as well. You can have 6, 7, 8 rugby playing players playing the game, but if they don't have experience on the technical side, I think you're really going to struggle. So touch is a sport where unity is required, and I think a balance of experience and just a bit of flair.
You speak about experience. What would you say to somebody, a young girl or young boy at high school or 13 years old in primary school who wanted to get into the sport, who didn't have experience? And I think that it looks like she's beaten. And it's a try, Kevin. That's a great response by Easterns after conceding that the one, just regaining the lead in the very next set of play.
Yes.
Number 13 try scorer V That's quite a difficult name to pronounce, so we'll call her V. Well done, you two, you V. Great job.
Good silo. That's a great intercept from Eastern, retaining the ball on their own half or own line just to get out of the half now. Let's see if they can set up something to make the lead 2.
Bobby, do you want some experience? Where do we go? Back
There's
there.
some Uruguay's.
Let's see, folks. Oh, yeah, you can play. I can watch you.
Focus.
Oh, Calvin, did you get the 200 gram Fiesta pack?
For Eastern's there. Dump into space, but unfortunately, according to the ref.
According to the ref, he's called it a skew dump. It's a skew dump.
I had to scoot down. Where's the hot dogs? Upstairs.
Thanks.
KZN coming forward with the ball, looking to respond after going down. 3-2.
4-3 now.
4-3 now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, halftime scored 3-2, 4-3 in the game now. We're 10 minutes to go. So let's see what the energy is like both sides going into the last 10 minutes of this game. Great touch there from the Eastern's defender. That's 6 up.
Eastern's looker coming forward. They're getting a lot of support from the sidelines here, urging them on, getting them forward. KZN defending well, trying to pin the Easterns back, going to meet them on defense. It's a good bit of defense there from the KZN lady. Eastern's getting close to the line. There's a scoop
going
here.
for the
She's going
scoop.
for the scoop. It's hands, and that touch has been made.
Unfortunately, a touch just short from the line.
Then we got under 9s.
That's touch five and last. So Easterns will look at doing and spreading the ball and looking at trying to create some space for the
Let's
last
see
touch.
if they can do a late switch. Yeah.
That is the 6th touch. That is a turnover ball. Devon, back to the question about a youngster listening out there who hasn't got the experience, who hasn't really got the ability yet, but who wants to get involved in the sport. What would you recommend for them? I know you do a lot of development of the sport for young players. How would you encourage them to get involved in the sport, and where would they go and who would they speak to?
I'd say they can always get involved from the school aspect. If their school is playing touch, get involved there. If not, I think there's always coaches and stuff you can ask around and to get involved with the sport. I think once you get involved with the sport, it's really important to put in the hours. Put in the hours in dumping, passing, learning the game, asking the right questions, and game time is also really important if you're a youngster. Just to get that experience we spoke about a bit earlier. So
let's say someone's team school doesn't play touch. Aren't you involved in a touch academy or touch training center of sorts?
yeah, there is, and there's a Facebook page for that as well.
What is the name of your touch academy?
Touch Nation Academy, where the kids can join. There isn't an age limit, so you can feel free to contact us on the Facebook page if your school doesn't have touch.
So if you're sitting out there right now, 14 years old, 13 years old, want to get involved in touch, they can contact you at Touch Nation, and you will you'll get them down and help facilitate their training. It's part of your training program.
Yes.
And development. Where are you based?
So Touch Nation Academy is based at Eastern's local training ground, whether it's either Queens or Bishop Baven. But you can just ask the right questions on the Facebook page, we'll redirect you.
Brilliant. I think the big thing from my side, the more people that play the sport, the better. Regardless of your age, who you are, it's a great sport to play. Devon's been playing for 5 years now. into his nearly 6 years, yeah, and it's a great sport to play. Divan, you mentioned your first RPT was in 2013. How did you get introduced to the sport, and where did you start playing?
So it's actually a very funny story. My dad played touch when he was a bit younger. Into touch was still running the league. It was at JP Quandam. Yeah, that's where I started. If you want to start,
It's a scoop through there by the Easterns player, but KZN getting back well, making the touch, and that is now a turnover ball. That's a touch and pass, KZN ball. Sorry, Divan, you were saying.
yeah. So my dad played touch when he was a bit younger, and he said he wanted to show me something one Wednesday night, and I almost didn't go because I didn't believe that touch is a great sport. But I think after a while, watching one or two games, we entered a team, and yeah, that's.
An attempt to dive at the line there. Attempt dive at the line there. The referee is calling.
Dummy, but it was definitely off the deck.
The referee has called a turnover ball for dummy touch. Play on, KZN ball. Sorry, back to your first introduction to touch.
Yeah, so my dad introduced me basically, and yeah, my first RPT was in Cape Town, 2013, and on our way there, we were really looking forward to a great tour. But
Slow
yeah,
your roll, guys. The refs are here.
where were we? There was a small interruption there from somebody. Where were we, Calvin?
You're just talking about your first moments into touch, playing down at league, and then you entered your own team, and then from there your group, because was a group of you who've got involved, and have stayed involved in the sport since then. So I think the big thing there is that anyone can get involved. If you're young, if you're a bit older, come down to the league. We run a league at Jeppe Quandam. You're more than welcome to come speak to us there. Get hold of us on our Easterns Touch Facebook page. Oh, it looks
That's
like
a attempted try there in the corner,
attempted try
and
in
a
the
try is
corner.
given.
Well
The
done.
try scorer is Intumaleng, number 3 from Easterns.
Well done. Great try.
Score is 5-3 now, and there's 5 minutes to go.
7-5.
Score update, guys. We were just a bit confused with the scoreline there. We've just got confirmation that the score is in fact 7-5 to Easterns over KZN.
Okay, with Easterns, two tries up. There's 4 minutes to go. Let's see if they can really dig deep here, hang in there, and seal this game off. So, what's your involvement with touch, Calvin? Where do you fit in? What do you do?
Nowhere.
So I commentate now, and that's what I do. So I started playing touch in 2003. I started out at league. I was a rugby player at school, and we used to go play touch to practice our backline moves for rugby. And back in 2003, it was the league was running. I met a lot of the players who are still involved now, and in 2005 to 2006, I got involved in a provincial setup, and then since then I've been involved from then until now in various roles, various teams, but always enjoyed the biggest thing for me is I've always enjoyed the family and the culture that we have at Easterns Touch Association. We have a lot of fun. It is a family. I've made some great friends along the way. People that I've got to know very, very well. Various roles. Been played at league a lot. Played. I don't know how many RPTs. I've been involved in coaching. Even when I got injured, I was injured and out for 2 years. I was involved in coaching a lot, coaching senior ladies, coaching junior teams. I've been on the committee for close to 5 years now. Just involved with the strategic aspect, moving the moving touch in the right direction, with Easterns, getting the right people involved, and so it's been quite a journey. But I'm really happy the day that I started throwing this ball around and playing the sport. It's given me a lot of joy over the years, and I'll be involved in the sport for many years to come. I'm 32 years old now. I still play. And I'll play out, there's Book is a great example. He's close to 40, if not 40 years old, and he's still a great player. We got a breakaway try here. Oh, they're not going to catch him. Or are they? Oh, great chase down by KZN.
Nice, definitely a great chase. The break was on, but
It looked like she was away there, Divan, and then KZN defended it really well to reel in.
Determination, they caught up. There's a minute to play, so hopefully Easterns can just run down the clock here with using all 6 touches.
Absolutely.
But coming back to your point, you said you were part of Easterns in various roles. How is it, if you're a committee member, you're a ref here, you're a coach there, some places you're a player.
Yeah.
How's it managing all that roles and know when to have what cap on?
Well, I think the big thing is you got to take, where you have the most impact, where you have the most influence as an individual, as a person. So it is quite difficult because as a player you have a lot of ambition through the years, but as a committee member you're actually deciding on the future of a whole lot of players. So you actually have to take your own personal playing ambition right out of the equation, and that is if we say, what hat do you wear? There's a hat that you always wear, and that's that committee hat around, what is best for the association as a whole. What is the best thing for Easterns? Just a quick collision there. Quite a collision there. Both players look fine.
But just coming back, that earlier knee injury / ankle injuries, the player is back on the field, so there was no seriousness around that.
Yeah, no injury there. So we're happy to tell you that that player that was down earlier in the game is fine. Back to that. Being a committee member, it's okay. So the game is over. Easterns have got the victory. Yeah. Final score.
5-3. Final score 5-3 in Eastern's favour.
There's a bit of confusion around the score. We got to update that it was 7-5, but the score was in fact 5-3. So we were right. Just shows you maybe you should sometimes stick to your initial decision, hey Divan?
Yeah. But yeah, just concluding the game, it was really a good game. You couldn't decide the winner up until the end, so hats off to the two teams that played and did their part. It was really entertaining game. Good
sportsmanship shown by both sides at the end of the game. I think we're wrapping up now. Thank you for watching this game, and we'll be back with you shortly.